Alright everybody, today we're going to do some driving games, and I think what we'll start with is, we'll start with one of the more fancier ones on the Sega M2 system. Let's have a look for one of my favourite games from back in the day, Daytona. So we've got the choice of Daytona USA Turbo and Daytona USA. Let's try the Turbo version, and this works actually with the arcade sticks on this machine. I'll zoom in a little bit so it's just easier for you folks to see.
Please select a race course.
Okay, so let's try a lap on this.
Beginner. Please choose manual or automatic transmission.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
Some different views there, didn't realise that, but pressing the buttons got a few different views. Some kind of an overhead view, like a front chase cam view, obviously a standard view and cockpit view. I'll stick to this one, I quite like this one.
Place 33rd.
Okay, so that runs really well on this machine. So let's try something else. Let's try one of the games that everyone remembers from back in the day. Of course, Outrun. I think I just need to find the MAME emulator for that. Oh, there we go, I think that's it.
Get ready.
I have found on this emulator that the time seems to count down really quick on this Outrun. I don't know if it's the actual version of the game or whatever, but it just seems to be not very generous in its time. You can see I'm already down to 45 seconds. I did crash, but still I would expect it to be a bit better. Alright folks, that runs really well. So now that we've done Outrun, how about we do its big brother and we look for Outrun 2. Now this is actually on I think the PC games, one of the PC games that's loaded on this tiny arcade machine, if I remember correctly. Yep. Oh, it's Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. Okay, let's try this one. This obviously has much better graphics and things. It's much more modern. Now this you can actually play with the arcade sticks, or actually I prefer with the Xbox 360 controller. It's just easier to, I find it easier to play with the controller, so you actually use this controller to play this. There's a few options for the actual game itself. I'll try this Outrun 2 SP. I don't think I've played that before. Obviously all these other cars are locked. I have got some cheat codes for those, but I'll just stick with this one for now. This obviously takes a little bit longer to load than standard. graphics on here. Great fog effects, really seen to the distance. Really works well with the controller as well. If you've got this controller for PCs, you know what I'm talking about. It's a really great controller. As you can see, I'm doing a lot of drifting. It's key to getting good progress in this game is learning how to drift with the car. If you played this on, I think this was on PlayStation 2 and maybe Xbox 360, the original one, it's very, very similar. In fact, I've got it on Xbox 360 and it's just exactly the same pretty much. Okay folks, so let me just come out of this. So we've also got on main, we've got Ridge Racer 2. And this is a strange one, Riding Fight. Maybe we'll try, let's see how Ridge Racer 2 gets on. I know if I had that on PlayStation, but let's see how it works on main. So this will be the arcade version that we see on here. Hopefully it works okay.
Ridge Racer 2! Ridge Racer 2! Ridge Racer 2! Ridge Racer 2!
So you see this has got the scan lines on here to simulate the old CRT TV. So I'm using the arcade joysticks to play this. Actually works quite well. It's a bit jerky as you can see, but I think that's probably the game more than the controlling seems to be fine. try one of the really an older game. Let's try this, which is Riding Hero. It's a motorcycle riding game. Time up there. Any of you remember this game, Roadblasters? I do. I remember the control system on this was like almost like a steering wheel, but it was a bit of a cross between a steering wheel and a handlebars. And as you can, it sort of really worked well in the arcades. I'm not sure how it's going to work well with the arcade sticks, but let's give it a go. Because this did have quite a unique arcade cabinet at the time. Turn the volume down. It works well, but it's just a bit too sensitive with the arcade sticks. Like you do a little turn and you see just veers off, but the game actually works quite. Apart from that, it works well. It's just I think the arcade sticks are just a bit too sensitive on this. You know, obviously it wasn't designed for standard sticks and buttons. But yeah, it's okay. I think I'll leave it there for that though. But gives you an idea of Roadblasters on MAME on the tiny arcade machine. To MAME, let's try Off-Road Challenge 1997. I think it looks great for a game from 1997. I can't actually remember this in the arcades and what kind of cabinet it had or what kind of original steering wheel or whatever it had, but it probably did though. But let's see how we get on. So this requires 3 coins. So as you can see, really nice graphics for the time.
I'll choose a track.
Yeah, this must have been, you can see here, steer to change, and it was kind of hard choosing the choosing the course just then. For a game for 1997, it actually had quite a lot of free reign on there. I could smash into the sides and smash into the plants and animals. So yeah, quite a good game. Let's try an F1 racing game this time. Victory Lap. I really like this game. Namco. I mean, you know, Namco, one of the big names out there. Some great racing games from them over the years. And this one I think is a bit underrated. It's a really good game though.
Please choose your transmission type. We're broadcasting from 0 to